just on YouTube, but things have, okay, let me go back. There has been some things that God has placed in my spirit, and that he told me that he wanted me to do. So I've never really asked God for a confirmation once he tells me that I'm going to do something, but this particular thing I had to ask for confirmation because I wanted to make sure that it wasn't me. I've made a lot of mistakes throughout life. I've made a lot of moves that I should not have made, and now the time has come, and I said, Lord, I'm not doing anything, making any decisions or doing anything without first consulting you or first getting your approval. So back to what I was saying, after he told me what it is that he wanted me to do, I did this particular time ask for confirmation. I said, well, Lord, I've been hearing a lot of people's testimonies that sound pretty much like mine, and I haven't asked for a testimony. I said, but since I'm hearing the same thing, can you send me a confirmation? Send me a confirmation. And when I tell you, I wasn't going to leave out the house, but I left to go and take my daughter some food. I wasn't going to go because it was dark, it was late, and she lived across town. But I said, I'm going to take her the food. She might be hungry. So I decided to get in the car and take her the food. So as I'm driving, the confirmation came from it just came from out of their way. You can tell it was out of their way. Like, I just had to see this confirmation. And I know it was nobody but God. But I just wanted to hop on here to let somebody know that you may be in a season in your life where God has told you something, and maybe it was a year ago, maybe it was a couple of months ago, maybe it was a few days ago. You have been told something. God has told you something. God has promised you something. He has shown you something, and you're holding on to it, and you're probably saying to yourself, well, Lord, you told me this. I don't see anything yet. You told me to do this, but you haven't told me anything else yet. One thing I'm going to say that I have learned since, and this is a whole nother subject, but this is part of it. One thing I've learned since God separates you, I totally understand and get it now. Why he separates you, why he separates us. Number one is from the distractions and from the noise. I've learned that a lot of the times, because even now I say to myself every now and then, like, Lord, why you didn't come and get me sooner? Like, why didn't I do this sooner? And it was the distractions. He always talked to us. He always tried to talk to us. And truth be told, we know that. Sometimes we know. And for me, it be little things. Just little things that showed me that he was trying to communicate with me, or he was communicating with me. But I was so distracted, mentally, physically, everything. Just so distracted from one thing to the next. Whether it was in my carnal mind. In my carnal mind, even in my thinking, carnally, distraction. Didn't even give him a chance to even be heard, because the way of my thinking, so it's just crazy that once he separates you and you go through this wilderness season, that's the hard part. But once you're coming out of that, he begins to reveal things to you. He begins to tell you what's the next move. And I think I spoke something about this on one of my videos, but he just constantly keep dealing with me with this. And I think this might be what my ministry is going to be. A lot of people have certain things that they talk about, and I notice that, like, when they have some people's ministry, they talk about money. Some people talk about debt free. Some people talk about women who's been abused and different stuff like that. Everybody have a different ministry, but I feel like this is going to be my thing, because I've learned so much. I have learned so much since I've been separated. When I say separated, when when he sanctified me, when he pulled me apart and pulled you out of that crowd, got you out of that club, stopped you from drinking and the cursing and just all the, all the sins, because now you're empty. You're able to hear him. You don't have the distractions. You don't have the sin, because God is not a God of confusion. And wherever it's confusion and sin and all of that stuff, he is not going to be a part of it. But it may be times that he will try to get your attention. He will try to get your attention, but you can't hear because the stuff is too loud around you. It's just too loud. So and a prime example is, you ever been in the car? And for me, I love my music loud. I've always loved my music loud. And you have your music turned up loud and somebody's trying to talk to you, and you see the mouth moving, you hear a little muzzle, but you can't hear what they're saying clearly until you turn the music down, until you turn it all the way down to hear what they're saying. Prime example. Thank you, Holy Spirit. But I just wanted to hop on here to say to those who are waiting in their wilderness season, or those who are going through things and you think or you thought you heard something from God, or he promised you something. You heard it right. The devil is not going to give you a promise. He's not going to give you not a good promise, not a God promise. Not something that's pertaining to your walk with God. He's not going to do that. So it's from God. And while you're waiting, he's going to show you. He's going to give you step by step in increments, and just depending, I guess, on how fast he wants it to go. He told me certain things to do, and then after that, I haven't heard anything else from him. But guess what? I heard someone speak the other day and said, why do he need to talk to you? Why do he need to talk to me? He's talking to the person that he's using to make it happen. He's talking to the person that he's going to use to bring you through, to bring you out, to get you through, or to get you to your next dimension, to get you to your next destiny, to get you to your next step. That blew me away, because I'm like, well, Lord, you told me this, I did that. Now I don't hear anything from you. Yeah, you did what I need you to do, what I needed you to do. Right now I'm dealing with who I need to deal with to carry out the other part. It's just God is just so awesome. When we think he coming one way, he's coming a totally different, opposite way. Just blows my mind every time. But I just wanted to hop on here to say, don't get weary in well doing. God always finishes. Y'all excuse me, please. I need me a coffee. Hi, can I please have a triple espresso on ice with just a little bit of milk?
Yes, ma'am. Anything else?
No, that'll be all. Thank you.
160.
Thank you. I said triple espresso, not. Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
I saw you have single. Did I say single? I meant triple.
Oh, triple, I got you.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Oh, I forgot to put the car back in drive. I'm about to back into somebody. But yeah, sorry about that, you guys. I didn't know how to pause. I don't know how to pause it and do all that stuff, and I'm not editing it. This is YouTube. What you see is what you get. Anyway, but I just wanted to say to someone who is not sure if you think you heard God or you're not hearing from him. You heard a little something, but you haven't heard anything else. Don't get frustrated, even though it is a little frustrating. But as you read his word, hello, thank you. Uh-oh, that's the wrong card. I'm sorry. Thank you. As you read his word, you get to know him, his character, and who he is. Thank you. All right, thanks. And how he operates. I mean, it's not to say you know him on every time something come up. Oh, I know he's gonna move this way, he's gonna move that. No, we don't know how he's gonna move. And like I said, the way we think he's gonna move, he come a totally different way. So I'm just saying, you get to learn his character, meaning like, okay, you're thinking about a bill that needs to be paid, and you're looking in the natural, this bill needs to be paid. I don't have any money in my bank account. Okay, that's the natural. But God is going to come with the supernatural. Ooh, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, have a good too. God is going to come with his supernatural, and he's going to send 2 customers out of nowhere. 2 customers. That's supernatural, meaning it came from out of nowhere. It was unexpected. So I'm learning to see him that way. That helps me with my impatience. That helps me with my questions. That helps me with wondering how it's going to happen, and when is it going to happen. Who is it going to come through? And as I read my word and I get to know who he is as God, I am that I am. He is everything that we need and more. He can be whatever we need to be. God can raise up. God can stir up. God can cut down. He can raise up, all of that. So I've come to realize that the God that we serve, he's able to do exceedingly abundantly. And when he speaks these words, they have true meaning. They're just not words for us to say, oh, yeah, he's going to do it exceedingly abundantly above. No, really abundantly above all that what we think. Because like I said, the way we think he's going to come, that's not the way he's going to come. The way we think it's going to happen, that's not how it's going to happen. The way we think it's going to end, that's not how it's going to end. We think it may be it's over. But he's going to say, no, it's not over until I say it's over. So it's just awesome. I just want you to just be patient and wait on your next instructions. If he told you to do something, if he's giving you a promise, just wait. Wait on his next instruction. He will come through. He will tell you what to do. And right now, if he's not saying anything, then this is not your part. You don't have any. It's not your move. When it's your move and when it's your time to move, you will know. Because just as sure as he told me what he wanted me to do, I did it. And when I say he gives you confirmation, he will give you, that's what I wanted to come on here to tell you. He will give you confirmation after confirmation after confirmation, assurance after assurance. He will give you, oh my goodness. I read Isaiah last night. I'm getting excited. I read Isaiah last night. I can't remember what chapter, but I know it's in the beginning because I just really started reading it. And it got to the part where he was upset with Israel, the king of Israel. And I can't remember, but this is what caught my attention with the chapter that I was reading. He said to the king, or to the person, ask me for a sign. Ask me for a sign. Ask me for a sign. He's telling him to ask me for a sign so that you know that it's me. And I'm reading this and I'm like, Lord, you're speaking to me. You are speaking to me. You are speaking directly to me. You done showed me so many signs, sign after sign after sign. I've even heard people giving the same exact testimony, the same exact way that he approached me, the same exact way he came to me, the same exact way he said it to me. And after that, what he did after that, the same exact thing. So I know it's him, and he's constantly just showing me. He's constantly showing me. So what I just want to say to you, just be patient. Most importantly, stay in his word, because he will speak to you through his word. He will definitely speak to you through his word. And I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I'm getting ready to read, and I'm like, I'm going to read. I said, Lord, this chapter, I don't know. This chapter might not have anything pertaining to me. Every part of that book, you will be surprised. Every piece of word is pertaining to what you're going through, to what you need, to what he want to say to you. Every word in there speaks to your spirit and what you're going through. Don't ever think, oh, this is a boring chapter, or this chapter not for me. No, every chapter is for you. Every chapter have something for you in it. You don't think he know that you're reading that chapter and what you're going through and what you need to hear? Every chapter has something pertaining to what you're going through. So I just wanted to hop on here to tell you that don't get weary. He told you to do something and you don't hear anything else from him.